Hello and welcome to Goddess Resurrection. My name is Britta and I am your host. And today's episode is on manifesting a new timeline. We will be going over 3 points, 3 key points on how you can stay in the practice of continuously elevating, continuously manifesting yourself into higher and higher and higher frequency, right? Raising your vibration, which will then, of course, from the inside out, manifest that within your reality and within your life. But before we dive in, I want to say hello. Hello, my gorgeous sisters. How are you? I hope you are breathing and feeling, and I would like to take this opportunity to invite you to join me in the breath. Go ahead and come into the breath, nice, deep, slow, conscious in and exhales as we are connecting together in the breath, as we are connecting together in the feminine energy. The receptive energy, your receiving energy, the key energy to your higher timeline, the key energy to you raising your vibration, the key energy to you ascending. The feminine energy is the ascension energy. It is the portal for your light, which is what raises your vibration. Try to stay connected to the breath as you are listening, as you are watching, and settle into the breath. Even if you're busy doing things, connect the breath. Connect the breath into the doing, staying aware, staying present, keeping your eyes open, right? Keep your eyes open, stay in what you're doing. We're learning to integrate it all, right? These are very important shifts that we are learning how to work with on the day-to-day, in the mundane doings. Good. So first of all, what I want to say is, what is a timeline? What even is a timeline? I've been asked this quite a bit. When we're talking about timelines, again, don't think of it as a linear process. It's not higher or lower, above or below. Think of it as higher frequency, higher vibration, higher consciousness, because we're all here together. And like I've said before, you could be next to a person who is on a much lower timeline while you are experiencing yourself and living within a much higher timeline. So it has nothing to do with the place. It is a level of consciousness. It is a level of light alignment. This light alignment, this consciousness level, is really you opening up to more of your true self. It is really you opening up to more of, however you like to refer to yourself, as a soul, as extension of source, as infinite being, as essence, as light. This is who you really are. And so as we are opening up to our true selves, as we are opening our minds, our hearts, and we're healing and we're opening through the layers of the patterning, we are connecting and we're aligning with more and more and more of our true selves. As this happens, as we align more deeply, we elevate, we raise our vibration, we embody more light, we are having access to higher consciousness, more essence, truth, more oneness consciousness, more understanding of your essence and the wisdom and all of the information, all of the knowledge. The infinity of knowledge is yours. You have access to it. But you cannot think your way into this higher timeline. You cannot think your way into a higher consciousness. You cannot think your way into raising your vibration. Yes, choosing the correct perceptions, perspectives, learning. Where am I needing to grow? What am I meant to learn here? How am I meant to see this? Right? How can I respond to this from my highest self? Right? So these are all thought processes that come with your light alignment. But one more time, it is not a thinking process. Raising your vibration, experiencing higher consciousness, moving and living in, living from this inner higher timeline is not a thinking process. It is a feeling process. It is you feeling your way. It is you feeling in your center. It is you feeling peaceful, calm, joyous, connected, authentic, grounded, right? All the emotional attributes of the feminine energy. So feminine energy is the key. Let's get into the 3 points. Please do subscribe, like, share, so this information can be given and taken to many other people and this channel can grow. Thank you. Number one, and this is really in alignment with the most important and also most difficult practice, is stop the negative thinking. Stop the negative thinking, really understand that who you are in your essence, who you are in your light, it cannot be accessed through the thoughts. And so as you're wanting to manifest a higher timeline for yourself, which is wonderful, you need to learn to master your mind. You have to learn to clear your mind. You have to learn to not engage negative thoughts, fear, doubt, worry, negative what if, shoulda, coulda, woulda. These are all the no-nos. You do not want to occupy your mind space with worry or fear. It's not even real. So discipline, mental discipline, is the most important point. I know you don't like it. I know you don't want to hear it. And maybe you're identifying with your intelligence, and maybe you like your thoughts, and maybe sometimes you have good thoughts or great ideas. But generally, downloads or inspiration, it's not thinking. It's actually from your soul. It's from your higher self. When you're not thinking, that it comes in. So make it your mission. Make it your mission to stop the negative thinking, to practice clarity of mind as often as possible. Deepak Chopra said it so well. He said, a positive mind is good, a clear mind is better. And this is the truth. This is the truth, because when you are not thinking, you are really deeply, deeply in your light flow, in your feminine energy flow. When you are not thinking, you're really able to stay grounded and centered. When you're not thinking, you're really naturally and intuitively in your essence, in your true self already. See, you, the real you, at this time, you're there and you're waiting. You're waiting for the human part of you to get it, to do the work, to get disciplined. And you're already there. The infinite you, the real you, is already there waiting patiently. I wonder when, so the key is in, yes, you want to be very conscious in regard to your thinking, right? So think in terms of, what am I meant to learn here? What can I, see here? What am I supposed to get here? What is my lesson? How can I perceive this in a better way, from a better angle? taking yourself into the shoes of the other person, right? So really allowing yourself a well-rounded understanding of a person or a situation. But most importantly, do not occupy yourself with the overthinking, and especially not with the stressful thinking, not the drama. Got to stay away from the drama. And so we've got the no-nos: don't fear, don't doubt, don't worry, don't negative what if, don't shoulda, coulda, woulda, don't drama. Don't focus on what people aren't doing or saying or giving, or what they're not doing or what they are doing or what's wrong with them. None of your business. Stay in yourself. This is what it takes, because every time you're indulging negative thinking, fearful thinking, worry thinking, drama thinking, focused on the external, on another person or a situation, right? You're always in the masculine energy. Not that that's a bad thing, but you want to really learn to stay in your feminine and use the masculine energy very consciously, right? And so when you're thinking negatively, when you're engaging drama or worry or fear, etc., victim mentality, it immediately lowers your vibration. It immediately creates and generates density within all of your bodies. It affects how you're feeling. It takes you out of your center. And the second you get taken out of your center, you're now losing the connection with your light. You're now losing the connection with your true self. You're now losing the connection with the source of your vibration. Do not lose the connection to the source of your vibration, the real you, the true you, right? No, in order for you to raise your vibration and continuously raise your vibration, in order for you to move onto higher and higher timelines still, you need to stay in the connection, in alignment with your true self, with your light. And first and foremost, that requires for you to think a lot less and to feel a lot more. That's just the way it is. And of course, when you are feeling well, when you are in your center, when you are feeling peaceful and flowing, and you're in your connection and in your grounding, that's when you want to manifest. That's when you want to visualize, right? You visualize the possibilities. You visualize how you want to feel, how you want to show up in the world. You visualize the things that you want to manifest for yourself. But visualization in and of itself is not going to cut it, right? Because the key to the manifestation is you being in your light alignment, you being in the connection to your true self. And then you're feeling joy and ease and strength and empowerment and clarity naturally. And from this place, everything you want, everything you're visualizing will then manifest externally in your life. Okay, good. Now let's go to number 2. Filling your cup first. And when I'm saying filling your cup first, let's look at the 2 cups, because there's a soul cup and there's the ego cup. People mistake this all the time. We're so used to filling our ego cup. We're so used to overscheduling and, oh, I need to get this and I need to present myself in this way, or, I need to be a part of that group or that dinner or that party or that lunch. That's all ego, right? Or I need to get attention because of this, and, and then I feel good when I get that attention. So let me make sure I do what I have to get that attention. That's all ego. So when we're filling our ego cup, we are also disconnecting. from our true self. We're disconnecting from our light. We're actually, again, generating density. And again, we are generating a lowering of our vibration because we are disconnecting from our true self. We're disconnecting from the source of our light, of our higher timeline, because it is only possible to raise your vibration and to really manifest higher levels of consciousness, higher level of timeline experiences and living from the inside out, from your source self, your essence self, your true self, your light self. So when you think about filling your soul cup, now what is that going to be? It's different for everybody. It is something you get to play with. It is something that you get to discover and have fun with, right? Because again, ego cup is happiness, it's excitement, and it's not that it's always bad. I don't even want to say bad. It's not that it's always disconnecting. But if that's the norm, that'll definitely disconnect. If you go out and you have some excitement because you are getting some attention and it's coming from an authentic place and not a manipulative or intended place, then that will fill your cup. But again, you have to be very honest with yourself. Where are you putting your energy? Where are you putting your value, your worth? Where are you placing your choices in terms of what is filling your cup? Right? Very important. Sometimes a little retail therapy, taking yourself shopping and doing something nice, getting your hair done or your nails done, that can fill your cup. But remember, it's the external. And as soon as we're looking at the external to fill the cup, it's just borderline, right? It's just borderline. Is it ego? Yes. Is it just a little bit ego, or is it a lot of ego? Like, do you have to do it all the time? Are you addicted to it? Is it something that is going to make you feel better, but only for a very short amount of time? If it makes you feel better for only a very short amount of time, you have to know it's ego. It's the ego cup. Do we want to take care of ourselves? Yes. Of course, goddesses always take care of themselves. Goddesses always look gorgeous and love their bodies and take care of their temple. But they do it for themselves. They do it because they worship the temple. It's a sacred space. It's, of course, also to a certain degree to present themselves, to, hold the glow, sure. But be careful. Just getting a massage or a mani-pedi or facial or whatever it is not going to be the cup that will connect you into your light. It's a nice thing, and a little bit of that is appropriate. But let's look at the soul cup. What really fills your soul cup? What really, connects you by filling your soul cup into your true self, into your essence. And what fills your soul cup, you have to just know, has nothing to do with the external. It is all about the internal. It is all about your inner self. Breathing. Breathing. Having a very conscious breath practice. Bringing your breath into the daily doings throughout the day keeps you connected. Focusing on the grounding, feeling yourself in your body, feeling your body, not thinking, feeling your body. This is going to fill your soul cup. This is going to start getting you connected into yourself. What else fills your soul cup? Maybe taking a bath, maybe taking a walk. But don't get too hung up on listening to a podcast while you're walking or music or, right? Like, really make this filling of your soul cup an internal filling. The key, the goal, the intention is for you to connect more deeply, for you to open yourself inward. And whatever that'll be for you, sometimes it's cooking a meal. And so that repetitive chopping or tending or stirring or mixing, right? Because you're preparing yourself, something for yourself or your loved ones, something that's nurturing. Cooking can be very good for filling the soul cup. Soul food, right? Comes from that too. What else can fill your soul cup? You know what fills your soul cup. Maybe when you're meditating, maybe when you're taking some time for yourself. Practice in stillness. Stillness fills your soul cup. Dancing. Dancing, not for others, not to be seen, not to be sexy. Don't look at yourself when you're dancing in the mirror. Dancing because you're feeling the music, because you're feeling your flow, because you're having fun, right? It's that beautiful, beautiful experience within yourself where you're moving yourself. That fills your soul cup. What else fills the soul cup? Well, there are so many beautiful ways in which you can sit down with some tarot cards or whatever cards you like, or when you're liking to work with your hands and maybe it's, beading crystals or making some jewelry, right? So activities with your hands, knitting is also a wonderfully soul cup filling experience and practice, right? So anything that gets you into a peaceful, calm, meditative state with yourself, gardening or watering the plants or watering the garden. For some people, filling the soul cup can be cleaning too, right? To play some music and just get going, right? You're not thinking, you're just flowing through the house and you're really getting into it and it feels so good. It feels so good to get the house cleaned and the energy refreshed. And you're opening up your space and you're also are taking care of your greater temple. So you feel good in it, right? So you feel, you're doing this for yourself because you deserve to live in a nice space that is clean and fresh and open, right? So filling your soul cup, again, as you see, has nothing to do with thinking. Catch yourself if filling your soul cup is watching TV or listening to too many podcasts or videos or, right, watching too many things. It can be good if it's good information, but limit that too. Because when you are filling your soul cup with the intention of connecting more deeply with yourself, we don't want to activate the left side of the brain too much. We don't want to activate the masculine energy too much, right? We want to connect into ourselves. So whatever helps you to connect more deeply, more fully into your light with the breath, being in your body, away from the thoughts, in the grounding. And so letting yourself be in yourself, and then you will receive all of the guidance, all of the downloads, all of the next steps toward your manifestation, steps to the higher timelines, right? That comes from your true self, not just the vibrational aspect, but also the steps how to. You, the soul that you are, very particularly you, only you know your steps. Only you know the how to. Only you know when, where, with whom. Your higher self is always collaborating and orchestrating with other souls, with other higher selves of their souls. You can trust yourself. Okay. So the more that you are filling your soul cup, the more you are raising your vibration, the more you are feeling peaceful and joyous and content and inspired and empowered. And then you're also beginning to receive yourself, your guidance, your knowledge on what it is that's next for you, on what it is that will be the manifestation externally of your higher timeline, and the steps, and who to call and when, and who to email and when. And you will trust this inner co-creation that co-creates with the external divine light as well, of course. Okay, that was number 2. Now let's get to number 3. Number 3 is you have to feel your way forward. You have to feel your way into choices, right? It's choice by choice by choice. It's choice points. You have to feel what will serve your light and what won't. You have to feel what will be good for you, a positive experience for you, or what will be, a dense environment. I want to give you an example. So this past weekend, we were out with some friends, and somebody said, oh gosh, the Wailers, from Bob Marley and the Wailers. So the Wailers were playing, and he was like, oh, I'm going to go backstage and I'll text you and I'll see if you guys can come backstage, meet the Wailers. So of course the mental concept immediately says, oh my God, how fun. Oh, that's so exciting. That's so cool. I'm going to get to meet the Wailers. That's so amazing. Okay, let me know, right? That's the mental. But I was feeling into it, and I was just taking a moment with myself. When the text came, come over, you can come, right? Text came. And so I was like kind of just taking a moment by myself. Nobody has to see it. It's not a big deal. Nobody knows you're doing it. Nobody knew I was doing it. And I was just asking into my light, and I was just asking into my essence, into my true self. Is that going to be a good thing? Is that for my highest and greatest good? Is that going to be a light experience? Because I already had a sense that it was a little bit like, questionable. And I got no. Don't go. So I didn't question it. I didn't need to know the details of what would be happening, of what could be there, right? It's not like anybody's a bad person over there or anything, but I got that, don't go. So whatever could have happened there, whatever would have been there, I don't know. But you know what? I trusted myself enough. I trust myself, my intuition, my guidance, my inner self to the utmost degree. And I said, let's not go. It's okay. I'm okay. I'm okay not to go. And so, we ended up not going. And so this can happen in all ways, right? Another example is when I want to possibly collaborate with somebody. The brain can say, either it says, oh yeah, that's a great option. Follow up on that. Or the brain can also say, I don't know if it's worth your time. It might just be too much on the plate, right? So the brain can go either way. But what I do is I check in with myself and I breathe. And if it's a bigger commitment, then I like to check in with myself daily. like a few days in a row, just to make sure I get the same guidance to confirm the guidance, right? So I breathe in and I connect, and I'm like, is this a great collaboration for me at this time? Is this to my highest and greatest good? Is this to everybody's highest and greatest good? Is this right for my light and for my vision, for my highest timeline? And then I feel it. And sometimes I get visions, and sometimes it's a feeling, and sometimes, it feels yes, sometimes it feels no. Sometimes I get a vision of, it's a little dense, or sometimes I get a vision and it's like really bright, right? And so, especially if it's a bigger commitment in terms of even having a contract, I definitely make sure I check in with myself for at least 5 days in a row, just to make sure it's congruent. If it is smaller things such as meeting a friend for lunch, or making dinner plans, or, going on a trip, or, things that are more easy, or am I gonna go shopping right now, or am I gonna record my podcast, right? So it could be smallest things and bigger things. Always make sure you begin to feel your way. Feel into it. Feel into the energy of the space. Feel into the energy of the possibility. Feel into the energy of the person. Breathing, focusing onto the breath, bringing your attention inward. Connecting with your true self, connecting with your essence, connecting with your light. Asking the questions to yourself, your true self, your higher self, your light self. Is this right? Is this to my light? Does this feel good to me? Does this feel like I want to do this? Does it feel right? Does it feel like a positive thing, right? However you want to word it, play with it. Find the ways in which it works best for you. The feminine energy is not a one size fits all. The feminine energy is your portal to your soul, your guidance, your timing, your process. Trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust your gut, trust your knowing. And it'll become easier and easier and easier, and you will begin to navigate. Because what works for some person is not going to work for the other person. What works for this person will not work for you necessarily, right? So you now begin to work with your true self, being your true self, because it is you. It's not an outside force, it's you. And the more that you trust yourself, the more that you work with yourself, the all-knowing, the all-seeing self, you, again, the higher your vibration rises, the stronger you will feel in yourself. Because when you're trusting yourself and you're working with your true self, you will strengthen tremendously, and you're avoiding wasting time and energy, and even getting yourself caught up in ego cup filling experiences or dramas that will suck your energy, right? So again, as you can see, it's all about feeling, because vibration is a feeling matter, not a thinking matter, right? So no more negative thinking. Watch your thoughts. Practice mastering of mind, clarity of mind. Number one, right? Master your mind. Think much less, feel much more, no more negative thinking. Number two, fill your soul cup versus your ego cup. Yes? Soul cup. You want to get into the deepest and deepest and deepest possible inner connection still. The deeper you go, the higher you raise your vibration, your timeline, your consciousness continuously. Number 3, feel your way forward. This is working with your light self. What is for your light? What is fueling your light? What is serving your light? Go with that. It feels right. It feels good. It feels grounded. It feels centered. It feels light. It feels easy. If it doesn't, you're most likely about to fill your ego cup and drain your energy. Don't be too hard on yourself. Learn as you go, but begin to understand and pay attention to what happens when you're not listening, right? Okay, good. From here, thank you. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your light. As from here, I am sending love and light blessings to you and yours. Hugs and kisses. Ciao for now.